And welcome back to Empire Total War with the Darth mod. So, since last time this happened, a few things, but I think the most important thing is that the Netherlands is back. They rebelled against the Portuguese and they took back their capital. And then the Austrians have taken Strasbourg. And so the only region they still hold is Brussels, Flanders. They have a naval hospital? Do they have such high technology? I don't even have that. Yet. That means that they can have pretty darn nice ships, I imagine. Second rates and whatnot. That's gonna be a problem if I go against the Portuguese navy. What do they actually have carrying in their navy? It's all fifth rates though. It's all fifth rates. And then brigs and stuff, so as far as I can see. But it looks as though the Portuguese are about to send one more army out to land here. But they're not actually at war with the Dutch anymore. The Dutch is not at war with anyone. But as they when they popped up again, they immediately came back into the alliance with me. Same with Austria. So I didn't have to sign anything or anything like that. As soon as they came up, automatically me and Austria was allied with them. Then Sweden added on to becoming an ally, and I gave them a bit of money so we could be trade partners again, which I think will, in the long run, usually pays for itself, because I get quite a lot, 3,600 I'm sending their way, so that's good. We built the barracks, the improved barracks of the army board, which gives us some, I can't exactly remember what it gave us. I think it actually was more about some like cavalry units, like the Royal Cuirassier and stuff like that, and probably more so in regional areas where we get like the Coldstream Guards. I don't think we have the Coldstream Guards here. No, we don't. Coldstream Guard is recruited in Scotland, and we got some other Scottish troops that became available. Probably gonna get some special units in the colonies as well, both North America and India. Anyways, the armies here are ready now to strike against the Iroquois, and the French have not made any gains from their position right here. However, the army that was gathering up under Hopkins got trashed in a battle. But they managed to take a bit of kill off a few of these. The battle we're gonna start with will be Aaron Forbes attacking the most veteran general of the Iroquois, Pontiac. So we'll march over the river and lay siege to this. According to this, oh, we get everyone, all the troops. So we get 10,000 men coming as a reinforcement. We have a total army then of 15,000 going against against Pontiac and his 3,000 men. But it's better to kill Pontiac here than to, you know, demand surrender. Then he probably leaves, goes down to Philadelphia, and there he can do a lot better job at, because he's getting a lot bigger troop to command. So it's probably better to kill him off here than to let him flee to Philadelphia. And so after this, the Indians, after this episode, I'm hoping that the Iroquois will be destroyed, and then we can move on the French. And after we deal with the French, Newfoundland, and then we could possibly see, I want to reorganize my European army a bit, because we got a lot of new elite troops with upgrades and so on, so I want to reorganize that a bit. delete some units possibly, and get some new ones in there. And then I want to invade France and see if I can possibly force them to become a vassal. The thing is, I don't think, as someone posted as well, that is as easy to take control over the enemy, or you know, creating vassals as easily as it is in Napoleon. So I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. We've got this ridge here which we cannot come up through. We've got the village covering this side, so the obvious route is to go over come from the hill here. You know what? I'm not sure, maybe I should place the cannons and stuff up here instead. Let's see, the Irish Volunteers. The Irish Volunteers are pretty good shooters, so they can go up first. And then we have all the line infantry troops coming in after. So we got all the Irish Volunteers there. And then we got the Scots there, and then the line infantry there. And what I can do is I can place the cannons then up on this hill. So these guys will be up here. Good view over the area we're attacking, and the howitzers can be a bit closer down there. And then we got the general and the 1 cavalry unit. Good, let's go ahead and start. Let's get we can't see almost anything of the enemy. Let's get the Irish out. Let's fire the flaming shot, because that was pretty darn cool. Then after the Irish, we'll have the normal line infantry backing them up, and then behind them we'll have the Scots. These cannot shoot, no, any other. I believe later on you'll be able to shoot like like explosive shots with this as well. Or sort of it explodes into canister shot. The howitzers, I was remembering that the fire shot does not go as far as the other shots, so maybe we wouldn't have been able to reach the enemy, but the enemy has marched into our range. And they're marching into the flames. This looks pretty darn cool with the flames. The enemy has already been sighted, and we need to redraw the line. So the Irish needs to stop right there. And then the line infantry needs to, I think they need actually to come a bit closer, but they will hold their fire. And let's see, the Irish are about to fire. It's just the front ranks though. Although now they push men forwards into the unit. Not entirely sure what that was all about. This warrior society goes sort of into the flank here. We do have the cavalry unit, which we can send. The colonial dragoons. If the warrior society comes too close, we can open up with the 64th. We're setting fire to the forest as their cavalry units are slowly moving up. Okay, so they're fighting the Irish now. I think we want to wait a little bit until we open fire here. See if the Irish can deal with them on their own. They seem to be doing a pretty good job at holding them off right now. And the Native American unit has lost 100 men out of its group. Okay, I think the fire is not as useful right now. Oh, wrong cannons I told to hold fire. This, then explosive, and then find a new target. Right, these Indians need to be dealt with. The 64th will open fire. The enemy unit was sent off. These guys are now quickly moving into the flank. Let's get the dragoons forward. This unit is being targeted by the cannons. Could be deadly if they fire as my cavalry goes in. But the enemy was destroyed there. Shots being fired all across the line now by the Irish. The howitzers shouldn't fire at the unit which is retreating. It should concentrate on the enemy that is advancing on our line. I'm not entirely sure why the Irish stopped firing. Like, yeah, I mean, this is more realistic that they can only that the first ranks would only fire, but they've become less effective as I've upgraded them, which is a bit strange. There's a lot of Native Americans going in for this flank. Oh! We got reinforcements, that's why they were moving over here. We've got some Hessians, and what do we have here? A Native American unit. So that's why they're going over there. The Irish line is holding. But for how long? We'll tell them to hold out for as long as possible, and then we'll open fire with the second line. We'll tell the Scots not to fire, but since they've moved quite a lot of enemies down there, we'll take these two and move them to cover this area. The thing is, since I think I've adopted so the Scots will actually fire since they're a oh, it's actually just a normal line infantry unit. I was thinking maybe these guys were elite, like the units that or guard units, I should say, that same as the units that the French had. Okay, this unit is completely about to be overrun. Same with this one. So we want to see about retreating the Irish. At the same time, these guys are sort of ish ready to retreat. Line infantry will open fire. And they held even through all of that. Well, not for long. They managed to contact the second line, but they won't hold against it for very long. Tell the Scots to open fire on that side. Cavalry can now move further into the flank here. We'll tell these two Scottish units to open fire as well. Did I? Wait, did I? Yes, I did. These guys firing by rank. Which looks a lot cooler than what the line infantry is doing. Or the colonial line infantry, I should say. Let's hold fire and let these guys come a bit closer before we open fire upon them. Or maybe I should close in to help our allies. I mean, given the amount of smoke here, you'd imagine more people would be dying out here, but I guess a lot of this smoke is just covering up so they don't know what they're shooting at, really. Because if you were standing here, behind this bush, and you were trying to hit anything and you couldn't see because of all the bloody smoke. But there are quite a few people dying in this unit. And especially now, since it's the only one that's standing within range. Everyone's focusing in on this. Let's march down and deal with this one. To aid our allies. We get this one to stand right there, and if this one can come right there. They're pulling back as the Hessian line infantry is advancing. Looks like all of their troops are retreating. So we might have just won this. Yes, we did. End the battle, heroic victory. Very good. You can never play the future by the past. Here we go, lost 1,000 men. But we took back New York. And then we'll gain ground on the enemy. And then this will be the main attack to go in on the Native Americans. And I think, you know what, without further ado, let's go ahead and claim, take back this city. What we could do, let's see, can I get the cannons? No. It would be nice to get the support of the cannons, since there is a town here. Anyways, let's go ahead and out to save. And then fight this. Let's destroy our enemies. Hello there, and welcome to the Siege of Philadelphia. I've gone ahead and I've put the howitzers right here. I think maybe the fire could be really useful when they're just standing around there on the walls. Then we've got the rest of the battery here. All the grenadiers lined along here. all the skirmishers are out there, the Royal New York, and then the cavalry is hiding behind here. And we got quite a nice sort of ridge going through here, which hopefully will save a lot of the grenadiers from the fire coming down from the walls. Anyways, oh yeah, we have, what's this? We have something. I guess our reinforcements will come from this region. I thought maybe there was like a 13 colonies units that was going to turn up. Okay, so we... Oh, there we go. It took a while, but now we can see the Native Americans. Okay, so they're starting to fire from the walls. We are firing at them. Setting fire to the fort. Causing quite a bit of casualties. Did they fire the guns here? Because the skirmishers should be hidden from view. Let's see, does any of our men get hit here? A few got hit. Seems the cover worked very well. First thing we'll do is we'll break this side. So we'll see how well we do with that. As I tell the gunners to fire on that side. I think these are, you should only really, there should be an option to stop them bigging bigger forts than this one, because this one, I think this is a good size of a fort compared with the way too big one. Oh, look, the fire in sieges is very effective. Look at what we did to this unit. It was down to 87 men. Fire is super effective. Now they're putting down spikes here, which I don't know why. Well, it will protect cavalry, but bringing cavalry into such close quarters areas, which is built up like this, it's sort of like bringing heavy tanks right in the middle of a city. It's not really something you do you? Thing is, the fort is really sturdy. We have to push quite a lot of shot in to break anything, and we need openings in the wall to be able to... Ah, look at this! We are getting reinforcements. You seem to be getting the reinforcements from quite a far away area, because these guys weren't really anywhere close, were they? Now I can sort of see why the 13 colonies is not doing well. Their armies are mostly made of militia. Oh, here we got a regular unit, but most other units is made up of militia units, Native Americans, and then they got pikemen. Probably the best unit there was the Hessians, the ones that I thought were quite useless. Have you stopped firing, or is it just that? Let's see. I've reloaded, and now they fire again. What unit are they firing for? Are they firing for this one out here? No, they're firing mass casualties as the fire burns the men. Wonderful fire. We'll set this castle ablaze. At the same time, I think, yeah, they've gone into melee over here. Which is drawing all of the defenders of the castle to these walls. So rather than protecting this, where really the greater force is coming from, they're just putting everything on these walls. Although I am firing at this, which is not going to help a lot. That I'm trying to break this down. It's not going to open up the walls, is it? I like how synchronized it is, and you can see it sort of coming in there. Setting fire to everything. Oh, we hit the center. Ooh, that took a lot. I think that was only like one stray shot that went off here and just killed. These howitzers gonna have mad amount of XP after this battle. You know what? Let's start bombarding this place. Let's break this wall. Because otherwise we'll be here forever. Right, maybe. Oh, the howitzers don't reach that far. That's a shame. They don't actually reach the unit here. But still, some shot might fly and cast some flames. Damn. It was the smoke though that came here. But look at how many it took. The castle is ablaze. They probably do better to spread these out, put them in buildings like they did from the start. How's it going for the 13 colonies? They're not doing too well, are they? There are cavalry in here. Oh, now they're moving out. The Indians have been mobilized, and they're moving out to deal with the 13 colonies. Let's sending up their forces. And they seem... Did they start climbing here? They're going to try anyways. Oh, they've actually got some ranges of their own. Oh, did you see that? It's killing so many, but it's killing so far from where the shots are. The shots are landing, but the effect of the shot is felt all the way over here. Should we help them maybe? We could march up our skirmishers, start skirmishing with the wall, or start firing up on these men. Imagining if we got those fire shots going in, setting fire to this, killing off all of these. I'm quite surprised they haven't actually got any chevrons yet. They must have killed hundreds of men by this point. Thousands, I should say. This is gonna kill a lot. It's almost like we're firing gas. Some kind of gas, World War I style stuff. We haven't broken through the wall yet. But looking at this and how we're massacring the Indians. What's this? Oh, that was the one retreating. They're losing so many men. Such a massacre. But I'm not sure the cavalry is retreating. The 13 colonies aren't doing so well, are they? Well, they're doing sort of, kind of well. It obviously helps though that I'm massacring the guys that still are in the fort. Oh, it just broke, and you saw them all trying to run up there, and they just were pushed off, lying dead everywhere. We got quite a few of them filtering out through here, so they're probably going for my skirmishers then. So we'll hold the skirmishers back just out of reach of firing on the wall, and so they can just help and shoot at everything that comes close. Let's see, 64%. "13 colonies unit of Indians." There's only 35 out of 200. The flames are not being as effective anymore because the enemy is no longer on the wall. What we will do, if I do like this, and because it seems like the smoke is the one thing that's killing them, so if I tell them to fire here, then the smoke should really land here and kill them off. The skirmishers open fire, and they force the Native American warriors away. We'll see when the next howitzer shot goes in. The smoke should hopefully land in such a way that it will kill off the troops that are standing here. At least the ones here in the back, I think. Here we go. The shots are going in. Okay, the smoke did not go as far as I thought it would. Okay, so what we'll do then is we'll tell them to... Oh, the wall is about to break. But otherwise I could tell them to fire at the wall. If we tell them to fire right there, then that maybe would be a good target to blow that to shit. Hold fire cannons and then fire at your own accord. See what kind of targets you can find. I want them sort of to fire through here so we can break up a lot of this. And here comes the shot. Maybe you know what? Let's target this side so we get more holes to go through. This is how I wanted it to happen. And you can see the flames. These guys just standing there right in the barbecue. There's so many Indians or so many Native Americans standing on these walls. It's kind of quiet. You know what? We should really move the howitzers closer. So we can target this side of the wall. I'm not entirely sure how much closer I need to go, but quite a bit. Because right now we sort of just reach this area. So we probably need to come at least sort of somewhere here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place them there. But since we get that close, they need something to protect them up there. So we're gonna move up the Royal New York regiments to have them protect those cannons. %. Not sure, these guys just standing there. They're not attacking the wall anymore. My skirmishers. Let's advance the skirmishers to the point where they can fire upon the wall. Oh, I did not get all of them. See if we can provoke the Native Americans to start doing something. Because they're not really manning the wall up there. I mean, if all of these bowmen up here started firing, they could probably quite easily break these units down that are outside here. Starting to fire on the walls. Some men are dying, but not a lot of them. Because of the quite good cover they've got. And also because of the angle, so it's a very small, narrow window that the shot has to fly through to be able to hit the enemy. Let's see how's it going for the howitzers. It's just a slow grind at this point, so I think we can go ahead and safely just up the speed here a bit. You know, maybe it's time to advance the grenadiers. $2,000 or so. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 units is 1,000. 1,000. 2,000. Almost 3,000 German grenadiers are marching up. The wall is about to reach 50%. Let's see, the howitzers are soon within range. Let's see how far they can fire. According to this, according to this, they can fire all the way over here. But I'm not entirely sure if this is affected by. Oh yeah, it does affect what kind of shot you have. So we should be well within reason to fire upon these guys up here, or target them with the howitzers. So once we start firing there and start murdering all of those, the Native Americans stand no chance at all. Fire! And so for some reason, I think once we actually came close here, it seemed it was these units that were bugging out, and there was these guys that were causing the problem with the armies not responding correctly. And so as you can see right now, it's actually looking pretty well. I also moved this one up because I was thinking I was gonna have to move one of these units up to climb the wall, and in that way get the enemy to respond to me. But it seems it worked fine just moving these guys up. We're trying to fire over here and open up a hole so the 13 colonies can get through, but it seems to not work too well. But I am firing in this general direction. Keep up the fire. They're shattered. And we sort of gained access there. But what we want to do is we want to gain access through here, don't we? And so we'll advance. You know what? Let's advance all 3 units at the same time. To better positions. You can see cannon shots flying in here. What I really would like for an enemy unit to stand like somewhere around there, and then I can shoot the fire, and then the smoke would obviously land up here and kill tons of them. We've got some there on the other side of the gate. Maybe if I tried to charge through here. I think that would at least get the enemy going. Looks like the 13 colonies are back moving now. They've resolved the problem and they're gonna start climbing and stuff. Maybe they've realized that we've breached the wall on this side and they're actually coming to our aid. Not entirely sure why this unit isn't firing on them. That they can clearly see. And this one should obviously be firing on these guys. Not entirely sure why you thought that was a good idea going through like that. Get back into position. Now they're gonna climb here. Oh, one unit has moved down. Oh, howitzers. Hold your fire, switch to fire, and be ready on my command to open fire. You know what? Let's see if we can get some shots away. Eyes moving through. That's not gonna work, is it? What do we fire on this one? Oh, now you follow. Yeah. Don't follow that unit in through the opening. Let's see if we can get rid of loads of these. If I target these with fire, the fire should come sort of in this direction and kill off a lot of them. They started to try to climb. No, they have actually put down some efforts to try to start climbing there. And they have started climbing here. Native versus native. Oh, here comes the fire. And smoke. Killing loads of them. Very good. We'll target this one. Yes, now when we target this one, well, the shots will land on the wall, so the smoke or the thing that actually kills them comes through and will destroy the bastards. What I need to do really is it's back to being laggy again because of everyone concentrating over there. So I managed to get it back to in sort of watchable level again. Although I sort of had to sacrifice 2 units of King's Royal Regiment and one of my ranger units to climb up here. So now I've got the enemy down here. Or at least I've got them to remove themselves from the cluster which they had over here. That's probably what I should say. Let's see. Fire! And where is it going? Not where I wanted it to. But still, we got a pretty good result there. And we set fire to the big building. Open fire. So we sort of got what we wanted, but I think we're gonna aim for these guys. That should do very nicely against the enemy. Trying to get out of there. Sieges always take a long time, and this one has an unusual amount of cuts in it. Cannons will fire at will. See if they can find any targets. I doubt it. Otherwise we might try to... I'm not sure where to shoot. This is gonna be good, I think. This one. Yes, it was. That killed a lot of them. At the same time though, it forced away the colonial militia that was attacking. But that killed a lot of the Native Americans. It should make it a lot easier to come through here. Any unit really that dares go outside the fort will immediately shatter. Will lead to my victory. Next unit to fire upon is that one. Cannons are firing. They're firing in this direction. which I'm not sure if I like. Oh, here it comes. Not as many as last time maybe, but you can see that they're not doing too well, Native Americans. And soon we should be able to claim this. More and more men are being drawn into this. We have to advance a few of the Hessian Grenadiers here to take over the spot that was left by the two King's Royal New York regiments. This time you're gonna aim for this one. What's this? Small unit of Hessians. Small unit, I say, 121 men. That's a normal unit, more or less, in another game. Or not another game, but in sort of almost standard for how big the units are. This is going to be good. And it really was. Killing lots of them. We need to start making some progress here because we're not really getting anywhere. See if I can get the cannons. The cannons are shooting through here, being able to bounce a few shots through here. These guys are actually firing upon us without our men actually being able to fire back. So we'll move back a bit. Let's get these Hessians up so they can fire a volley into all of this. Nice, but it looks like, yeah, it's going to land wrong. It's not going to get the big group down here. You see the Hessians are coming up. We can throw grenades as well. I think we're going to throw some grenades with one unit. But first I want to throw, or first I want to fire a volley into this. Oh, they're all broken actually. As soon as the Hessians came up, they realized the game was over. So they're now retreating. And the fort is ours. And they're gonna have to try to make their way out of the fort with all this fire going down. And the last shot from these howitzers setting fire to the building. Oh, where's that shot landing? A stray shot landed in among our grenadiers. Anyways, there we have the battle. Close victory according to this. And there we are, victory. And now we've regained control over all the lost territory of the 13 colonies. While I'm in command of these territories, what I can do is I can rebuild them in a way that would benefit the colonies a lot more than if they were under the control of their own mastery, as it were. Pennsylvania is gained and a nation is destroyed. And we need to fix this as well. Fix this region. But given that this was a siege, it probably took quite a while to complete this. So, I will say this. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this. And hopefully, I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!